All right, Sway. Where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Redondo Beach, California.
Yep. And tell me about how you grew up. You had mom and dad?
Yeah. I was adopted.
Oh, you were?
My biological mom had me when she was 16. Her parents were in a church choir with my adoptive mother's sister. So that's how the connection happened. And a few months later, they brought me home.
Did you ever meet your, do you remember your biological mom?
Actually, my biological mom, every single year growing up on my birthday, she sent me a letter, which was pretty cool. And my dad gave me a birthday present for my first birthday that my mom still has. It's a Super Grover from Sesame Street with like the cape and everything. It was my favorite. And I met them officially when I was 16. I was at a boarding school therapeutic special situation school in Utah. We had a therapy visit, so we flew out to California, me and my therapist, and had lunch at Islands with me, my adoptive mom, my birth mom, and my birth dad. And that was a trip.
So how was your childhood with...
My adoptive parents?
Yeah.
Honestly, pretty smooth sailing. Other than me and my own chaos, they did the best they could, and they did pretty damn good.
So your chaos, tell me about that.
I saw psych doctors since I was 6 or 7.
You what?
Psych doctor, like a doo-doo-doo-doo. Since I was 6 or 7, my mom had me sing one. They put me on Ritalin when I was 6 or 7. And then they also tried Concerta, Adderall, Strattera, a whole bunch of fun stuff. Yeah.
So did you finish high school?
Yes, but not traditionally. I went to Redondo Union High School for maybe my whole first year, freshman year. But at the end of my freshman year, my GPA was like a 1.7 or something ridiculously pathetic. And then sophomore year, I made it to about 2 months in, I guess, or maybe the end of the first semester before I had to appear in front of something called the SARB board, Student Attendance Review Board. It's like a compilation of like principals and cops and random people in the neighborhood and shit like that. And they basically were like, okay, either you need to get some act right or your parents need to get some act right. So they were threatening my parents with jail time for not making me go to school because my truancy was uncontrollable. So long story short, I got shipped off to a place in Utah where I literally had no option but to go to school because it was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Tualatin County, Utah. Smaller city inside of that called Urda that like no one's heard of. It's like a thumbprint in the whole state. And then there I actually did really good. Like maybe the first month or so, I was really rebellious and shit like that. 3 months after I got there, my father passed away. So I shut down completely. But then like one day I just kind of woke up and decided I didn't want to like feel like shit anymore. And I just started like paying attention and stuff. And I like flourished in a sense.
And that's where you finished high school?
Yeah.
And then how did you get introduced to this line of work?
Good question. I was somewhat introduced to it, I was aware of it, you get me, and I've been on the streets on and off since 2010.
How old are you?
Me? 29.
Yeah. You're 29, okay.
Mm-hmm. So when I was 18, I was on the streets the first time. And then, it was, okay. The option was present, and a lot of people made it known that this is something I should do or whatnot. But I had not yet encountered a person that I wanted to do it with. Does that make sense? Nobody everyone could spit game, right? But no one spit it in the way that made sense in my mind. Up until recently.
Oh, so you have a pimp.
There is a situation for me that makes sure I'm safe and all my needs are met.
Understood. And you've been doing this for how long?
Not long, a month or so maybe.
Oh, you're new at this? or I guess you're new at being totally,
Being professional.
yes.
Yeah.
You've done it before, but now you're,
I mean, I've taken advantage of certain situations,
right.
but I haven't outright like accepted funds for
Yeah.
favors. Yeah.
Tell me about the guys that are your customers. Typical guys.
I mean, honestly, I for the most part, other than a couple bad eggs, like I've gotten really, really lucky with the people that I encounter. I got a couple repeats that are just really, generally really nice people, and they're on the same page as me, whereas they're paying for the leaving afterwards part. Like that's what they're paying for, is for it to just be a short, like, hello, dear deed, and leave. Like, because there's a couple other people that like were like, you should run away with me and we should get married and I'll take care of you and you'll be so happy. Like, and I was like, I'm not unhappy now, so thanks, but no thanks, you know. But every once in a blue moon, there's a bad. Oh shit, sorry. Every once in a blue moon, there's a bad egg. My first night out, actually, I met a bad egg.
What happened?
We were driving and he was driving like way fast away from the area I try to stay in, and when I try to communicate, yo, I can't leave this grid, he talked like he was deaf. I don't know if that was like a fake thing or if he was really deaf. I know he had the radio on, so typically deaf people don't play music in their car. It's kind of sketch, but when I tried to translate that, he acted like he couldn't hear me, and then he was like, type what you're trying to say. I'm not gonna do the voice because it sounds so rude, okay? But he was like, type what you're trying to say, like on the phone or whatnot. Like, so while I'm doing that, he's getting farther and farther away. And then when it came to talking about money and stuff like that, he acted like he's going for his wallet, and he pulls out a knife and holds it. Well, it wasn't really a knife. It was like a weird like hand axe thing. It was weird. But he holds it on my throat and then tells me, if you cooperate, you're not gonna die, basically. So I cooperated because I don't want to die. He also showed me that there was a gun in the car, easily accessible to him. And I didn't want to do anything with the creep after that, but I didn't want to die either, you know, or have my face cut or anything like that. So it's just best to just do what the guy said and be on with it. So I did, and I lived, basically.
Are drugs a part of your life?
Not as much as they used to be, but I still dabble.
And does your family know you're doing this?
Outright, no. However, my mom is not stupid. She's very intelligent and intuitive, and I have the notion she's got a hunch. You know, but as far as her and I go, she's basically like your situation doesn't make you happy. Are you safe? Check. Okay, cool. I'm happy for you.
And so, in general, are you happier now since you've been a little more committed to this, or?
Absolutely.
You are.
My life has changed immensely in a good way. Yeah.
So you're making more money.
It's not even about the money, honestly. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm making more money, but it's more about that whole lifestyle change, and like I feel like I've done a lot of growing as a person, like being around an environment where I have to maintain a certain just have to carry myself a certain way. You know what I mean? It leaves a lot less room for being a fucking fuck up and a failure. You know, it's like I have to wake up and face every single day. I have to. You know, and that's something I need. I need that little push personally. If I don't have somebody pushing me along, I don't go anywhere.
So your business manager it gives you motivation to keep your appearance up and be on top of maintain a work ethic and things like that.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. And like I honestly, I'm like, I use a lot less drugs now than I was, which is funny because you'd think I'd be using more because I've got more money to buy them, you know, you'd think, like, but it's completely the opposite. Before I was just kind of like using dope as like a means to make every day go by as easily and quickly as possible, but I had nothing to do with my day otherwise, you know? So now it's like having a really busy schedule where I don't have a lot of time to just like sit on my ass and do drugs. I'm up and I'm out and I'm busy and I'm happy. It's weird. It's been a long time since I've actually genuinely been this happy.
And do you have children?
Huh?
Do you have children?
I was pregnant in 2017. I was about 5.5 months pregnant and I had a stillborn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And have you been in love before?
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, I've been interested in females for the most part, but every once in a blue moon, there's an exception. And I'm a weirdo. I believe in like past lives and reincarnation and all that type of fun stuff. And I'll swear up and down that this person and I somehow find each other in every single life we've lived, over and over and over again. Like I believe that. However, in this life, his mind is not too kind to him, and he suffers from, I don't even want to call it like schizophrenia or something, because like we don't think that's what it is. Like I want some other shit. I think it's the Jinn. Have you heard of the Jinn? Jinn?
No.
It's if you Google it, it's a type of demon, I guess. And it's funny because a high percentage of people who were diagnosed schizophrenics, it's believed by professionals that they were misdiagnosed as schizophrenia, and it wasn't schizophrenia at all. It was actually the Jinn. Because they all describe the exact same thing, which is a panel of 5 or so voices in their mind that comment on every single thing that they do. And they do something called like 4 truths, 1 lie. So it's like they'll do something magical to show you their power and gain your trust. And then they'll totally betray you by telling you that whoever it is in your life that you love the most, or you trust the most, whoever that anchor is in your life, they destroy your trust for them, and basically remove that anchor, making it a hell of a lot easier to devour your soul. So that's what I think is going on with him. I think he's got the Jinn fucking with him. So needless to say, we're not together currently.
Do you find this new career of yours helps you build self-esteem?
Absolutely. I mean, I've never had too much of a problem with self-esteem per se, but it does help me be confident. A lot of people think like confidence and self-esteem go hand in hand, but like to me they differ in the sense where it's like I've always had okay self-esteem, self-worth, whatever. But as far as like being confident enough to like talk like proudly without like being meek or shy, or like holding my eyes down, to make eye contact to people, to hold my head up when I walk, you know, stuff like that. Like that's not been easy to me at all. So confidence has definitely like boosted a whole bunch.
Mm-hmm. You've been arrested doing this?
Yeah. Wait, arrested now since this?
Yeah, since you started doing this kind of work.
I've been arrested, but not for this.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was just in jail, yesterday, the day before yesterday, for like a few hours or whatnot, for some old warrants I had.
But prostitution hasn't put you in jail?
No, I've had no prostitution charges at all.
Yeah. Do you ever look at the situation you're in, the life that you're leading, and think that you deserve something different, you deserve something better?
I don't know if that's not really the way I think. I'm not the kind of person whose thought process is like, I deserve this. Like, I feel like whatever you are worthy of or whatever you deserve is you have to work for it. You have to earn it. Like, so I feel like, oh, my wildest dreams might come true one day, but I gotta work for it first. So as far as that goes, I believe I deserve the opportunity to make that happen for myself, which is basically what I'm taking advantage of now.
Do you have friends?
Do
you have friends?
I hope so. I mean, I have several people in my life that I honestly consider friends. However, the majority of people are acquaintances or fair weather friends, is what I might say.
What have you learned about men from doing this kind of work?
Men. I don't know if it's so much learning something new about them as much as it is just like gaining more understanding for them. Being on like just having so many personal like encounters with so many different types of men or whatnot, like definitely breaks my wall down a little bit, because I used to wear like these like blinders, right, when I walked around, and this is something that I picked up just being homeless and being alone for the most part. I would have these blinders on, so I wouldn't stop or pay any mind or attention to any man that called out for my attention on the streets, or anyone that like whistled or hollered, or even people just coming at me for something totally not sex related, just people being polite, striking conversation. Like, I would ignore them. I would wear my blinders and I would pretend like they didn't exist, because somewhere in my mind I thought like every single man is after one thing, and like they just want to use me and chew me up and spit me out and leave me, and that's not the case. And I've kind of learned like it's not even fair for me to think that I'm being used, because am I not using them as well?
Mm-hmm. It sounds like some of them want to marry you, and that's not using. What's the most important thing you've learned from doing this?
I've gained a lot of respect, I believe, for the people in this lifestyle. Like a long time ago, when I had a lot less experience and understanding of this type of thing, I would talk so much shit. Like, you would catch me saying, "Oh, I respect myself too much to sell my body. I would never do that. I want to be caught dead. Those girls must not love themselves." And just say a whole bunch of shit that really wasn't fair for me to say. And I realize that now, because like, if I respect myself like I say I do, is it not right that I try to make it so I win every time I have sex? Like if I respect myself so much that I'm going to give it up for free, that makes no sense. Like isn't it more logical to say that if I have so much respect and have myself in such a high regard, that I should cash out?
All right. Sway, well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck
Yeah.
with you and your business manager. Thank you.